Hey everybody, so welcome to The Fast and the Curious. In fact, we are shooting the very first episode, and I'm really happy that I have Zaid Sayed with me, who is the owner of the BMW M5 that I was showing you earlier. So, hey Zaid, how does it feel to be as the first guest on The Fast and the Curious?
It feels nice, guys. This is something that I was looking forward to. But yeah, Zoeb called me and he told me it's going to be a short 15-second that he needs off of me. And I was like, okay, fine.
It's
We'll just try it out.
probably
Yeah.
definitely going to be a little bit more than 15 seconds.
But yeah, sure.
But then, yeah, like the main idea is just to get an idea about who you are, what do you do, and what is the reason that you're a car enthusiast. So let's talk about the car to begin off with. Why the BMW M5?
Guys, so I saw it over the internet and I read a lot of reviews. Obviously, I was like, okay, let me just see and, how great the car can be. So one of my friends already had it. And yeah, so I drove it and I was like, okay, the biggest question was, can I afford it? And then I was like, okay, cool. I'll just wing it. And I got it. I didn't really put a lot of thought into it. I drove it and I was like, okay, this is the one that I need to have. That is about it. Nothing more.
So it was love at first sight, you can say.
Absolutely. Love and poverty at first sight. Both.
Yeah. That brings me to the second question. So, like, I'm pretty sure, BMW, even though we see it pretty commonly on the roads these days, it is still considered to be a luxury car or a car that people who have a sense of affluence and some sort of financial reach who can afford it. So, what do you do on the daily? Like, do you work a 9 to 5? Do you have a business of your own? Like, what gives you the capacity to afford this car?
I work 9 to 5. I'm a content marketer at this private company. But I also on the side have a garage because my only thing was if I want to live like a comfortable life, I need to do more than one thing. And yeah, that was my only understanding of if I want to live the life that I prefer. I mean, I'm still not there, but at least in terms of a car, if I wanted to get there, this was the one that I wanted. And yes, it made it possible pretty much. But yeah, it takes a lot, dude. It's tough. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah,
But everybody who's like a car enthusiast and if you're working towards buying a car, to just do everything and just get it. It's fine.
Yeah, I think more than owning the car just as a car, you treat it as a prized possession, and it just adds that much more value to your day-to-day life. And it becomes an extension of who you are as a person. And I think that's something that not a lot of folks who just use cars as a form of utility do not understand. And that's the type of people we want to bring to this particular podcast to interview, to just get a sense of what each vehicle means to them. So, but then I'm digressing. I'll just head over to the next question. See, I'm sure the fact that you own a BMW M5 speaks about the fact that you would want to get the best out of it, get the most out of it. So I'm pretty sure in a city like Bombay, which restricts your limits to take the car to its maximum, you still would have that sense of itch or a will to go all out. So what's the maximum that you've driven this car at? Where was that? In the city, outside the city? And did you have to pay any fines for it?
So I don't know about the horsepower and all that. I'm not like very technical in life.
Oh, come on. You have to be. You own a garage, so you should know all these.
So no, but I don't own like a tuning garage, but I have someone, shout out to Yaya, who runs this Yaya Speed Factory or something it's called. I don't know. But he did stage...
Chalega.
He did stage 2 tune, stage 2 plus or something like that. I have a remap in this car. It packs around, I don't know, X number of horsepower. But it's like now it's super fast. Yeah, I was kind enough to do like a customized tune for me. After the stage 2 remap, I've done like around 270, 272 ke beech mein, something like that. But yeah, it's been pretty fun that way. And
oh, nice.
So I've not really paid like a speeding fine ever. But yes, when it came to getting caught by cops, the maximum number of the fine that I have paid is around, I think $1,500 because I like jumped a signal and I had like a tint in the back of my car. If you see from the outside, the car is black. So it absorbs a lot of more heat than your regular cars. So I just put it for like my convenience. But yeah, it really backfired.
1,500 is not it doesn't take a huge toll on your pocket. So yeah, I think that's still manageable. Brings me to the next question then. Why the BMW M5? And if you have a chance to have any other car, whether, or I give you two options, whether you max this car out to its ultimate form or you pick another car, which would you pick?
No. So the general trajectory of someone who's just progressing in life is poor people dream of buying BMWs. BMW owners dream.
Who are these poor people?
Just like me, basically, at a point, like poor people, not like financially poor, just like people who dream of buying BMWs. There's like a normal range that happens where normal people dream of buying BMWs. BMW owners dream of buying a Porsche because that's like the ultimate driving machine. This is nothing in front of that. I've driven one in life and it felt really nice. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to buy it. So, yeah, what can I say?
And
but yeah, one day, inshallah, one day.
Porsche owners would dream to buy either a Lamborghini or a Pagani, or maybe just settle for a Wagon-R. You never know.
Anything that is road legal.
They just want the simplest of life, is what I can.
Absolutely. Anything that's road legal and
anything that is road legal. Yeah. Like even though the laws in our country, they try to make it followed by the masses, but then you know how things work in our country. Like it's a very sensitive topic. We wouldn't want to dive deeper into that, but you know what I mean. Okay, then heading over to the next, or rather the last question. Just branching off from the fact that you do a 9 to 5 as well as run your own garage business, what's the path that you took? Did you have a roadmap planned out to, always wanting to do a business? Or did it just happen to fulfill the ask to buy this car and have aspirations throughout or beyond just this car that you got into this business? So simply put, what is the path somebody needs to follow to own this car?
I have very materialistic goals in life, and I believe that everybody should to a certain point because it motivates you to do stuff, the right way. Because that's the only way, right? There are no shortcuts. And if you have the ambition, I think you should just be at it. And you have to do stuff to get to places is my advice, and you should start. My only thing is that you should start. I come from very humble backgrounds. It's not like I've reached a certain point where I'm content. But yes, you need to understand that if you want to get somewhere, you have to start somewhere. So my only thing is, guys, start. And if you guys want to join in or take any sort of advice or anything as to how to start something and fail, you can always get in touch with me. I'll put my email ID at the end of this video for your viewers.
So not just your email ID, we would want your Instagram, your social media presence, everything. So guys, if you want to reach out to Zaid to know about anything and everything, I'll put in the handles. Just send him a DM or a connect request. So I think that brings us to the end of this discussion. Really nice having you on the podcast. On the very first episode of the podcast, I'm sure you will see many more people who align with the mindset that Zaid has on this podcast. So that is what we want to do. If it's fast, if it's loud, and if it turns heads, you're going to experience it on the Fast and the Curious. So see you guys. Nice talking to you, everybody.